What's going on, guys? I'm here with Ben Books the World. I gotta be careful when I say that because I came up with a nickname for Ben. I can't say it live. I won't embarrass him. I'm here with Ben Books the World, and we're just gonna talk. He is well. First of all, a little story about Ben. He started selling books years ago.
Yeah.
Um, no longer sells books, really, right? You've
No,
transitioned.
I mean, I still have them in my inventory, but I don't sell them at all.
Yeah, so he's just getting rid of his last few books. He started selling books when he was in high school. I think you got up to like 20, 30,000 in books
Yeah, I think my best
per
month with
month.
books was like 30, about 30.
Okay. He was based out of Maine, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I
Was it
was from
Maine? Is that
Vermont,
where you were?
and then I
Yeah,
did
yeah. And
yeah, from Vermont, and then I did the book operation when I was in Maine at the warehouse.
yeah, you were doing some bulk books. And since then, you've transitioned to online arbitrage, which I'm currently getting into. And for everyone that stays a little bit later in this video, I'm actually going to ask Ben some specific questions. I have a whole list of items that I want to purchase, and I want to ask you like a couple questions to see should I buy these, should I not? Because online arbitrage is different than books because there's one listing it has like eight different variations, and there's a lot of different things I need to learn. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Hopefully, Ben has some good
Yeah,
insight. Ben's
it
a
can
super
definitely get it can definitely get very confusing at the start with all the variations and
yeah.
just figuring out keeping everything, and you're just like, what's going on?
Right. And with books, it's not that big of a deal because what do you pay? Like a quarter, a dollar per book. So it's like, oh, if you hop on a
Yeah,
loose leaf edition, it's like not that big of a deal. But if you're spending 30, 40 bucks on an item and it's the wrong listing, that's pretty bad, you know? So we'll
yeah,
talk a little
it's
bit
not.
about that. But where are you at these days, man? Oh, by the way, Ben travels the world. Like that's why he's called Ben Books the World.
Yeah,
Just like how I was living in my car. Ben says he lives in his car, but he actually doesn't. He just stays with other people. But he does sleep in his car from time to time. But Ben's just really good at making
sometimes.
friends.
Yeah,
So
and a lot of
he's a
free
good
hotel
networker.
time.
Yeah, and he's really
A
good
lot
with
of free
credit cards
hotel
too.
time
He stays at
added to it.
hotels. You stay at hotels for like less than you're spending equivalent of like less than 50 bucks, but you're getting $150 hotels from what I understood from what you shared in Costa Rica.
Yeah, everything's been free. Like, I think I stayed 31 nights over the last year, all 100% free.
Nice. Yeah.
So
So
at least like $5,000 worth of free hotels,
yeah,
which
that's
is
pretty
pretty
awesome.
solid. Yeah, but
Yeah, we could even dive into that a little bit too.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I became remote in November after doing bulk books for a year. Like actually, the last like two years I did books, and then I learned how to do OA in October, and then mid October I figured out how to use prep centers to delegate it and outsource everything. And from there, I just needed to be able to be on my computer, buy stuff. And so since mid November, I was traveling around in my car, skiing all over the country in the US. I think I went to like 20, 30 states maybe, and drove a ton and went to 17 different mountains. And then I was traveling all around California and then flew out to Costa Rica for the Amazon Mastermind that Taylor Jones hosted. And that just got me out of the country. And since I got out of the country,
Are you
I've
still down there right now? Where the hell are you?
yeah, I'm in Costa Rica right now. I've no interest in going back to the U.S. There's
Like I that's actually why I wanted invited you on today. I was watching your story and I'm like, damn, he's still recycling this content from like weeks ago from our trip in Costa Rica. And I'm like, no, this motherfucker is still down there right now.
yeah,
Like
I'm still here.
it's really cool.
Yeah, I'm doing this amazing thing called Selena Co-Live. So right now I'm in the
I wanted
co-working
to ask you
space.
about that too, because I'm debating when I go to Colombia, should I stay in a hostel or should I stay in a hotel? I'm not sure yet.
Uh,
Or
do
Airbnb.
if you're in a place that has Selena's and you're gonna stay for a month, definitely do the co-live. So where I'm staying right now I'm in Manuel Antonio right now in Costa Rica. I got to this hostel today, but it's literally like a massive resort with like three pools and like a really nice like working space that looks kind of like a Google headquarter working space, co-working space with really fast
And
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi is amazing.
really
obviously,
fast.
from this video.
And they have like 50 salinas across Central and South America. And so with
Hmm.
the program, you can do it's $450 for the whole month, which is so fucking cheap, 450 a month. And that includes the co-working space, 10% off everything, and you like get free classes and stuff sometimes too.
Like, what's 10% off everything? Like, what else do they offer? I'm gonna look up to see
So
if
like
they have.
there's always a restaurant at the Salinas, like really good food. So 10% off that, and then any tours and activities, like anything that you book through them, you get discounts on too. And then with the program, you can switch up to 3 Salinas per month as part of that 450, which is amazing. So
So
I just did
how much US dollars is like a meal at the nice restaurant that you're getting 10% off? You
um,
paying like eight,
I
10
picked
bucks?
Yeah, I got a what did I get today? Yeah, I got a burger and a coffee, and it was 6,500 colones, so I think about $10. Um,
Okay.
so it's not that bad. And you can get cheaper stuff for like 4 or 5 thousand also, and then with the 10% off, it's a little cheaper too. But yeah, like switching 3 times a month is insane. So I did 8 days in Santa Teresa, and then 8 days here in Manuel Antonio, and then I'll do 16 days in Puerto Viejo, which is like really south. And all the hotels are so nice. But then you can go anywhere in the
Gotcha.
Central and South America, and if you pay, I think it's $100 extra, you can switch up to 10 Selena per month.
Nice. So yeah, that's
So,
pretty intense. So you're paying 450 a month and you could stay at any Selena. Like you could just go. Like one night you can stay at one, the next night go.
you have to book it ahead. So like you book your whole month in advance. So then I know I'm staying here for 8 days, the next place for 8 days, and then the next one for 16. But there's shuttles in between all the Selenas, so you don't even have to like arrange anything. You're just like, all right, my 1 week here is up. I'm going to this Selena today. So this morning I took a taxi boat from Santa Teresa over to here and just like drove, like the boat just went across the ocean and then backed up on a beach and let us out.
Nice. That's dope. Yeah, I was looking at a hostel last night. It was not a Selena, but let me see.
if if you're in Colombia, the options are a lot cheaper, but if you're doing hostels in Costa Rica, they're super expensive. So that's why I'm doing
And like
this
super
specifically.
expensive, still way cheaper than America.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
very budget friendly. So
La
paying anything
Sucursal.
for rent is always like kind of expensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen with you real quick. So if you look here, this is the so I really want to be able to walk to jujitsu gym because I'm just so tired of driving all the time. And there's like
Yeah,
salsa schools everywhere. Like they have hostels that are also salsa schools in Cali, Colombia. So you can learn how to dance and stay at the hostel. So
that's
here's like
awesome.
them advertising yoga. I think it's complimentary. I don't even think you have to pay. Is that like how most hostels are? It's just like
In Costa
complimentary.
Rica, it's like hit or miss. Sometimes you have to pay for yoga, sometimes you don't. But like the one where I'm staying at right now with the co-live, I get one free yoga class every day. So I'm definitely going to be doing that.
That one that we were at in Costa Rica, for everyone listening, we were at it was a Selena, right? The
Yeah, that
so
was
we
the
would go
Lawford.
to
Did you freeze? Hello? I think I lost you.
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, we're back.
I'm I'm the one with the bad Wi-Fi, I guess. Ben's the one in Costa Rica with the perfect Wi-Fi. Yeah, my laptop doesn't do well when I start sharing my screen. Maybe it's because I have like 20 different tabs open. But
Yeah, I have probably about 20 different tabs open too.
yeah,
It
I should
kind of
probably
happens
close these.
when you're doing some OA sourcing. You just open up a million tabs and they don't get closed.
Yeah. Yep, and I have like this military grade laptop now, so it won't break on my travels. Like I like to put it in my suitcase, travel light. But honestly, I don't think it's like the best laptop for like handling a lot of tabs. But anyway, yeah, hostels are dope. I might stay in a hostel. And another reason why I want to stay is because I want to learn Spanish. I'm only going to be speaking Spanish for, 4 months. And I think being in a hostel, the problem with the hostel though is like, I wonder how many people are going to be only Spanish speaking versus like, I don't want to be like in the only place in Cali that has a bunch of white people, you know?
You
So,
usually will get some of that with a hostel. Like it'll be mostly travelers, and a lot of the time it will not be travelers that are speaking Spanish. And it like because it'll be people from other countries, and their like universal language is English. So even though they're from all over, they'll probably all be
right.
speaking English because that's what
I'm
everyone
going to
knows.
force people to speak with me in Spanish. Like, I'm going to tell them, I need to learn how to say this, but in Spanish, I'm going to say, I guess, me practicar or me. I am practicing Spanish. Do not speak with me in English. I'm just going to say
Yeah.
that to everyone.
Habla solamente en español conmigo.
See. See.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get a little bit into how you're making money. And I really want to ask you these questions, but hopefully my laptop doesn't crash again. Maybe you can share your screen with me. How about that?
Yeah, I can do that.
That might work. Um, 1 second. How should I do this? I'm gonna share you a link on Instagram, and then I have a bunch of products. And at first, my virtual assistants were getting really bad products to sell on Amazon, but now they're getting really good products, and it's so many good products that I'm like, maybe I'm missing something. So I want your opinion.
I can check them out. Let me just sign out of my Amazon account so
Yeah.
we don't see any.
And something I did last summer, a lot of people know that I was selling chlorine, and I grabbed everybody's store name who was selling chlorine, and I've been store stocking those people because I figure all those people are like hustlers, arbitrage sellers. Maybe they're not the best people to follow for like replenishables, but I found some interesting stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's how I get most of my listings, just store stocking. Because if I find a good
You want
listing,
to tell people because like everybody who's watching is like booksellers. Do you want to tell people what store
uh,
stocking is?
yeah. So like if you have a profitable product that you're selling and you want to find more, you can go onto Keepa or onto the sellers that are selling that item on Amazon, and then basically just look through their stores and you can see everything they're selling, and I'll literally just like copy and paste Google titles or the titles into Google and see if I can find it for cheaper. And if they're selling one profitable product, everything else is also selling profitable products. So like there's
Exactly.
bound to be more. And so when you find a good story, you're going to get a lot of products.
Shout out to Fields of
Oh,
Profit
you know, the profits in
and Flips for
and
Miles.
Miles.
Both these guys I'm learning from currently. I'm going through their program, and it's amazing. And I'm pretty obsessed with the store stocking strategy. Like I love it. I kind
Oh
of
yeah,
found out about it
it's so
last year, but
easy.
I never learned. Like Jake. Jake told me about it because
Yeah,
Jake would look at other chlorine sellers stores and be like, oh, they're also selling, this type of chlorine or that type of chlorine. And I'm like, oh, Jake's finding other types of chlorine to sell by looking at the competition. And so when Miles and Fields of Profit, Warner, started talking about this. I'm like, this makes 100% fucking sense. And they have a great program, Fields of Profit. Both of them are great at teaching. I love Warner's style. He's very step by step. And so his YouTube channel is free. Go follow him on YouTube, guys. His YouTube videos, honestly, are like just
They're
as good
really
as the
good.
course.
Yeah, they're really
So
good. Oh, and I see a comment from Heck V37. But if you need a good Discord for online arbitrage lead lists, I have a leads list that we do for OA, and it's limited to 10 people, so it's like very private, and so
how
leads
much
don't
is that?
tank.
I might join
It's
it right now.
150 a month. I
What if I
think
join
we
yours and
just
then I make my own lead list and I just arbitrage all your leads?
I think we just filled it up. We have 3 groups of 10. I think we're full right now. But if you look up FBA Ace on Instagram, we can get you onto the wait list.
I'm actually thinking about making a Discord, looking at all what you young kids are doing, and I would actually charge. I think I'm going to charge anywhere from 50 to 100 a month because I'm so interested right now in online arbitrage. I'm at the stage where like I will engage one on one with everybody. So I'm thinking about just charging a premium and I give them my feedback. Like I'm no expert, but I know a decent amount. And plus, I've sold over probably 3 million in books. So I would obviously teach people how to sell books as well if they want to.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
get this spreadsheet to open up. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit real quick, and I'm gonna hop on over and share this with you on Instagram. Actually, let me just copy and paste all these links to you. Actually, that might not be the best.
You can do it into the
Here,
private chat.
I'll give you like two. How about
Yeah,
that?
just put it into the private chat, and then I can paste it into Amazon or
Okay,
whatever.
yeah. Smart. Smart man.
I think that
All
should
right,
work.
so there's one product we found. A lot of Nike stuff. Another.
Oh, by the way, I gotta share my screen. All right. And do you want to just tell me what the buy cost is on them,
Yep.
and uh, then I'll share my screen.
So buy cost for the second one was 14, and for the first one, it was 9.
I have to
For the
get
second
my.
one, the buy cost is 24. For the first one, looks like my team put the buy cost the same as the sale price, which makes sense. So let's look at the second one first, the dry fit.
All right. I think I need a. It says I need to quit Chrome and reopen it so that I can share my screen because that setting wasn't checked yet. So I
Okay,
think I'll have to
do
rejoin
what you
real
got to do.
quick.
Cool. Sounds good.
Uh,
So for everyone watching, what we're about to do is look at a product that I found on a website. I'm not going to say the name of this website just because it was told to me by a friend who wanted me not to share. But we are going to look at the exact product on Amazon, and then I'm going to tell Ben what I could purchase it for, and he's going to look at it and say uh, whether or not he thinks it's a good deal. So Ben sells 40,000 a month in products like this. So we'll get his expert opinion on this. And something I've learned by selling restricted textbooks is if you sell categories that most people are restricted in, it's less likely to tank, which is why I'm focusing on Nike because I can sell Nike and a lot of people can't. Also, if you guys have questions at any point in time, go ahead and drop them below. Kevin's got a question for Ben. He says, how's Costa Rica? Ben looks like he's loving Costa Rica. Do you have a Discord for a good Discord for online arbitrage? Ben has one for 150 bucks a month. He's got a leads list, and so do Fields of Profit and Flips for Miles. Go to Flips for Miles on Instagram. I believe the link is in his bio. He's got a great Discord as well. And yeah, just waiting on Ben. But any questions you guys have about OA or really anything? We got Ben for a while here. You guys got me. Feel free to ask away. For anyone that doesn't know, I will be moving to Colombia in probably 15 to 20 days. I'm gonna head out and I'm here in Nashville hanging out for a little while and then gonna go to Colombia and just chill, learn Spanish. Only speak Spanish for 4 months. It's gonna be a good time. Salsa dance, do jujitsu. So all the content you guys see from me in English is either not live, so it's like recycled content from months ago, or I'm breaking the rule, and I'm not going to be breaking my rule. I'm only going to speak Spanish for 4 months. I will come back to the States for like a week. During that week, I will speak English. I may make some content during July, but otherwise, I am going to only be speaking Spanish. Boom, we got Ben back in here. Let's dive into this. Are you able to share your screen now? We can't hear you. We can see you. Can you hear us? Or can you hear me?
Wait, can you hear me
Yeah, I can hear you now.
now? Okay. Dude, my computer, every time I turn it on, it like won't work, and then if I turn it on again, then the microphone comes back. I always have to restart my computer. All right, I'll share my
Interesting.
screen. Hopefully it works this time. All right, can you see my screen?
Yep, we got it.
Oh my god. Do you want to send those links again? Because the chat like reloaded.
Yep. Yep, I'll drop one. So this one right here, this product you can get for 14 bucks.
All right. You can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I guess I can talk about the softwares I use, but I use RevSeller, which is super helpful because for variations, you can just click this little tab here, and then you can see the variations. And I look for the ones that have the most reviews because if they have reviews, that means they're usually selling pretty well because
That's a great
pretty
point.
hard.
I love that.
It's pretty,
And so
it's pretty hard to get
in the
reviews
book
on
world, we don't
product.
really consider that too much about the reviews, but in the online arbitrage world, uh, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't know if so look at like how many fucking variations there are on this one listing. Like it's so confusing. In the online arbitrage world, it is the only way to determine if there's sales by really what you're saying by looking at the number of reviews that a specific variation's getting. Is that the only way to determine? And then I guess you could also check
Yeah.
the in stock quantity and
So
watch if there.
the biggest thing I look at is so first I would like to see the reviews and then number one. So what's this large tall? So the biggest thing I look at is Keepa, and so when you if you see the reviews are increasing, especially a lot, like you can see here, it's over the last like I don't know what period is this like 2 months. It's gone up almost 100 reviews, and like reviews take a lot to happen, especially with clothing. So if you know it's gotten 100 reviews, it's selling a good chunk of time. But this is the number one button I use, the keep it offers button. So you can see right here that these are just guesstimates, but I just use it to like gauge the volume on the listing. So it says here they've sold about 33 um, so far this month of this product between other sellers. Like this person sold 17, and you can see right here that they had 12 in stock on April 15th, and then on whatever date this was, it went down to like 4 stock. And then you can see when people replenish too. So like this person had one in stock, and then they just had 24 more check in. So I really like using this. And then I'll go to the buy box statistics, which is also so super important. And so this person just won the buy box, and then 3 minutes and a day ago. So like it's rotating like kind of fast, you can tell, which is always nice. And then I'll just look to make sure that nobody's like hogging the whole buy
Okay, so
box
yeah,
on a
yeah. Speaking
product.
of the buy box, go back to price history real quick. I have a question about, so if you're on price history, so you have that buy box selected. So what I'm talking about is that little triangle. If you go back to like February, you see back, yeah, yeah. It says buy box. Hover over that. It's what's it say? Buy box FBA 49.99. Is that right, or what's that price?
Here it was 64.99. And then
How
this
accurate is that little triangle? When that little triangle thing pops up, how accurate is that?
I think it's pretty accurate to like what it's selling for because it can see all the buy box rotations and everything. So I mean, I think it's pretty accurate. I mean, like I've never thought or like I've never used it where I thought like it wasn't accurate. Like when I do my analyzing, I think it's pretty accurate.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so I definitely take it like for good.
Okay.
But
Cool.
what were you saying the buy cost one? This one was like 24 or
This, yeah, I believe so. Yeah, $24.
yeah. So especially for this variation and the large tall, this would definitely be worth like buying a couple to test out. And I mean, there's only
So
six
how many
people
would
on
you
it.
buy?
Um, it kind of depends. Usually, I'll buy 10 as a test order. Um, but I mean, this one's not doing crazy volume. Where is this one?
What's the volume on this one?
It was Rev Seller says 56, but it's also hard to the variations usually aren't accurate, so that's why I use the offers usually. So it says 33 on the offers and 72, like since it's been tracking.
So
Um,
like overall though, isn't
but
this listing getting more? Like overall
yeah,
with
yeah,
all the
yeah.
variations, what's it
Overall, this
getting?
listing's selling a ton. I'm just trying to find the exact ASIN that you are using right here. J
So for
or K.
booksellers, and this is how I think about it. Like, okay, if there's if it's selling 56 times like this specific variation, then to calculate the E score for it, you just multiply it by 6. So if it's selling 50 times, the E score would be 300 essentially. You could
Yeah,
you could do
yeah. I mean,
50 times.
for OA, I'm looking more at just like 1 to 3 months because really none of my inventory should last me more than a month usually.
That's
Um,
so fucking cool. Like I'm so excited to see it. Like everybody keeps saying that, and like I thought people were just like lying at first. I'm like, there's no way you have a 45-day sell through rate, but like it's pretty consistent among wholesalers and online arbitrage people.
oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing this in such a dumb way. All right, the faster way to do it and not just scrolling through like I just did is you can filter by size and clear all, and then look for the large tall, and then you can filter by the size also, which was I think the Anthorite black. Yeah, so this is the listing. But yeah, so the one thing that making this listing slower is like you can see it doesn't this variation doesn't have like reviews, so that's why it's probably a little slower mover. Um, I would definitely buy like 5 of something like this to test it out. But now, if you already know, so this is the big thing that I use. This is like gold information. But like, if you already find something like this that's really good, let me just refresh the page so that it loads again. That's that one's already good, and that's like one of the slowest moving variations. Now, if you go to your variation viewer again, and you go to the top here, this one is 5% or 5 reviews, 16%, And now if you click on this one, I bet this one's selling like 150 times a month.
What's that 16%? 16% of sales,
That very yeah, I think that's what it is. That listing has gotten 16% of the sales, or 16% of the reviews, not sales. I think it's the reviews.
which
Um,
should, in theory, relate to sales.
yeah. So this one's 205 total, 31 over the last month. So relatively similar. But with that many reviews, it's definitely selling more than that. Um, and you can see no one's really hogging the buy box either on that.
Do you use
So
Seller Amp at all?
I was gonna get it like I was actually gonna get it this week. I just haven't gotten it yet, but I've heard it's really good. But all these variations are pretty good for a listing like this.
Something else I've noticed is on some websites they'll have like a weird color, like a weird orange color. It'll be discounted, but the other colors won't be discounted. And then I look on Amazon and that one variation doesn't do too well. So that's a
Yeah,
red flag, I think, for people starting out is like you might get really excited that you found a product that's really profitable, but make sure that that specific variation that you're looking for is actually profitable because these websites will discount their slow selling items at like a crazy discount price, which is really profitable, but it doesn't matter if it's profitable if it never sells.
yeah. But I would go through the sizes on here, um, and just pick out a bunch of different ones because they're all good, whatever, $24. I mean, that's great ROI and margin. Definitely what I look for. I look for like 30%, at least 30% ROI, and like $4 to $5 minimum profit generally. Um, but I do like clothes and shoes. They're pretty good. So something like this. I don't know why it's not. What's annoying sometimes when you're dealing with the variations is you have to like refresh the page again, so that when you click on the new variation, the keep a chart changes. Because sometimes it won't load that new variation until you click on the new keep a chart, which is kind of annoying. So like when you're going through variations, just like pay attention to that sometimes, so you don't end up looking at the wrong keep a graph when you're doing your variations, because that wouldn't be good. Um, this one's even like higher priced. Let's check the offers on this one. 27. So I mean, it looks like most of these are selling like 30 times a month. But also based on the offers, I usually feel like it's like at least double what offers says, because you can see all these question marks, and like it says this person sold 50 of these but hasn't sold any this month, which is just not true probably. So I'm guessing this is selling more like 90 times a month. That's just an assumption, but like I've most products I buy, I feel like they usually move faster than I expect them to, just because I don't think the offers are super accurate. But it at least gives you an idea, because like if you go down to the keep offers on something and it says like zero, I mean, I think some people have better analytical like ideas of how to deal with one of those. But when it says zero and the product doesn't look super promising already, that's usually something I will kind of avoid. But yeah, that's definitely a good product. I would go through all those variations.
Boom, I'm back.
Oh, I didn't even realize you were gone.
Oh,
I
you're
thought it.
just talking.
No,
That's good.
I was just talking.
I was gone for like a minute.
Damn. I heard it get quiet, but I was like, because I wasn't on the screen, so I couldn't even tell that you were gone.
Gotcha, gotcha.
But yeah, definitely
Um,
a very good listing. That's definitely a free lead for anyone who is watching. Like, very nice.
cool. Yeah, I got a lot like that, man. So what do you do? How do you like, let's say you find like here's a product I found. Like I found a product that's selling like 1,200 a month. and there's so many different variations. Like I think it was a shoe. Like there's a size
Yeah.
8 shoe, a size 7 shoe, size 6. And for you, what is like your biggest thing that you get excited about? Like I think the size 6 or 7 shoe had no FBA offers. It had prime shipping, which means like it said prime
So
shipping,
someone,
but it didn't have the prime check. I think it was seller fulfilled prime.
yeah, yeah, that would make sense.
So like there was 5 other sellers, seller fulfilled prime, but there was no prime sellers. So like if I sent that prime, I should be able to get the buy box at whatever price I want, right?
You'd still compete with them, but I mean, you're going to do really well sending that in FBA. And you were saying it was
Gotcha.
doing 1200 a month.
1,200 a month, but there was a lot of variations. Like it was a shoe that had like 8 different sizes. There was different
Well,
colors.
you should be able to see what each variation is doing for sales. So, and then use that.
Okay, using the keep offers tab that you just showed us.
The Rev Seller variation tab on Rev Seller. Am I sharing again? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I can pull it up.
Let me know if it's screen sharing.
Yep, yeah, we can see it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this thing super important. So this is the Rev Seller. Uh, it tells the most reviewed sizes. So these are the ones that's selling the most, which is helpful to see. And then going through here, whatever one you want to see, these are all variations, and whatever one you want to see accurate data on, you click on that like listing, and that will load the correct Keepa chart down here. See, it's
Oh, so you're
refresh.
clicking on Rev Stellar
Yeah,
first, and then you're looking at the Keepa.
yeah, because now this is the Keepa for that variation. It's not just the whole listing; it's this variation. So
An
this
alternative way
variation.
of doing that would be click on variations, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think this
But
is the way Taylor showed me how to do
but
it.
yeah, you can click on variate. I've never actually done this way, but I think I always did Rev Seller because I think it's simpler to see the way they do it.
And then so now you can click on
Yeah,
the left hand side. You
this
should be
way
able
just
to.
looks a lot more confusing. I don't know.
And so now you can click on it. I think if you click on it, it updates the whole page, and then the Keepa is respective to that variation. I think. I think you have to like click on the actual link though. So go back, click on like the far left, the title, like the whole title descript. Yeah. Did that update it or no?
It might have. Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, so it just like reloads the whole page.
We got Rob
Okay.
in the house.
Yeah,
Rob's a good looking guy,
that
obviously,
works
from his
too.
profile picture.
That works too. Um,
I wonder
oh,
if
what's
books
up,
are
Kevin?
profitable in
I
other
didn't.
countries. Somebody's talking about Spanish selling Spanish books
Maybe.
in South America. I wonder if there's a market for that.
Costa Rica is awesome, Kevin. I'm loving it. Yeah, but I know everyone has different ways of like looking at Keepa graphs, but those are just like reviews are super important to me. The offers tab, buy box statistics, and then just looking at the most reviewed sizes, and like now from someone's store, you can just like go through and search from there.
And
But
so
I
once you
would say
place
you're based according to that lead. I would say your VAs are on the right.
yeah,
Um,
I think we found a pretty good store to stock, but I mean, do you use VAs for your business?
I don't have any. No,
So
I
it's all
should.
just you. The thing is, like, dude, I feel
I
like
should have
I
some, but
enjoyed doing OA for a while, but then like after I feel like I kind of understood it, I was like, I need a VA to do this for me. Like, I
yeah.
feel like I talked to Miles as well, and he's like, I don't have a VA. And Miles is doing like some months. How much did he do in 1 month? He's open about it. He did like
I think he did 300K in December was his biggest month, and I think last month maybe 150 or 180. I'm not 100% sure though.
Yeah. Like not small numbers, but it's like there is a way to systematize this to have a team work for you and get it operating, in your absence.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. I
one
mean,
last question for you, and then I'll
there's definitely some things that I could use a VA for, like my bookkeeping and like
yeah,
doing my reconciling on Inventory Lab. Because since I use a prep center, whenever they ship stuff out, I go through all the ASINs in the shipment and then just crop like Command F into my tracking spreadsheet and then put in that like how many were shipped and the ship date to make sure that none of the inventory gets lost, which could be a quick Loom video and teach a VA how
gotcha.
to do it, but I'm just lazy sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So that leads to my next question. I'll let you go after this. For to make sure the prep center gets the correct, like let's say I send them like a size 7 sock that's
Yeah.
pink. How do I make sure they're listing that at the right price,
So
number one, and under the right listing?
so the way my prep center works is whenever I add a new listing, like I start selling something new, I put there they have a master spreadsheet where I put the ASIN, the Amazon listing title, and then the link to that Amazon listing variation. So like the exact link. And then I put that ASIN into Inventory Lab and I add it to unlisted inventory. So it's basically already listed in unlisted inventory, and the prep center just takes it out of unlisted inventory and prints the label, and they use that master spreadsheet to like make sure it's the right item. They have they have really good systems. It's very simple. Like it takes me like 2 seconds to add a new product,
And
and then if I'm replenishing something, I
where's your
literally
prep center located? What state?
mine's in New Hampshire,
Is
so it's
that's not
tax.
tax free, is it?
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
It's
starting to work with a prep center in, is Montana tax free?
yep.
I think it's in Montana. Shout out to Seth Cordick. He told me about that. So
Seth. I love Seth.
I don't see how Taylor doesn't use a prep center in a tax-free state. Like that is 6 to 10%,
He uses one in. I
Texas.
thought he does. Oh, does
Uses it
he?
in
Maybe.
Texas. He's got to pay like a 6 or 7% sales tax, which is that's definitely like a 10 that definitely affects his margin at least by 10%. If he sells a
Yeah.
$100 item, he's paying $6. You can't tell me that $6 isn't at least 10% of
Yeah.
his net,
Yeah. I
at the end of
think
the
I
day.
think me and Taylor are pretty similar in sales so far this year. Like very similar. What am I at for the year?
It's a competition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass both you guys up to
I'm
me.
at 160 so far this year, which I think is right around
Nice.
where he's at. Because I know we were talking about it in Costa Rica.
How do you? So here's another question. Like, if you want to, because I want to scale OA like really, really fast. Like, once I prove that I'm profitable, I'm just gonna go like balls deep crazy. How do you pay yourself as you're scaling? Because if you want to continue to scale, you just roll the capital in, you
Yeah.
know?
That's something I'm not good at. Paying myself. I'm figuring that out like this month actually, because I I'm starting to like
Yeah.
have a bigger amount of not really cash flow yet, but a bigger amount of like my money's grown already. Like I think I've put in like four probably like 40,000 all in, and when I just looked at my inventory valuation, I think between that and cash and credit, I was at like 80 or 90,000. So I think like it's growing a lot. But yeah, I got to pay myself, especially for like I need to pay myself $2,000 a month because that's like my budget
That's
for
fucking
traveling,
crazy. You're able to survive off 2K a month.
and
That's
that's
awesome.
like lavish. Like I bet I could do 1,000 if I was like once I leave Costa Rica, it would be easy to do 1,000. but in Costa Rica it's pretty expensive, so 2,000.
So where are you
But
going next?
so I'm booked here until May 8th right now. So this stop and the next stop. And I might go back to the US for like 2 weeks to ski in Oregon and actually like pack a legit amount of things this time and actually put my car somewhere where I can like leave it for a while. Um, and so I think I'm gonna do that and then leave for like 5 6 months. But like originally this trip was going to be like 14 days, and so I literally have a backpack with like three shirts and two shorts, underwear, and my
How many pairs
computer.
of underwear?
Like eight.
Geez, that's a little excessive, isn't it?
I don't know. The shorts and the t-shirts can get recycled a lot, and I've just been washing it all in like the sink, and then sometimes laundry too. Like
I've done
one.
so many trips where I accidentally bring like one pair of underwear and I'm just like, fuck, when I get there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Uh,
Everybody go follow Ben Books the World on Instagram and YouTube, right?
yeah. TikTok. TikTok
TikTok.
and Instagram is mostly what I've been using.
He posts beautiful
TikTok,
videos on TikTok, Instagram Reels. So go give him
yeah.
a follow. I'm gonna be
They
making a lot
post,
more content.
yeah. I've been making so much more content now that I switched to travel. It's just like Amazon was not like I love helping people with Amazon, and if you ever have questions, people can reach out to me, and I'll like jump on calls or whatever. But making Amazon content was not very interesting to me.
Yeah,
It's just like
yeah, I get
I
it.
was not
I see.
motivated to
I'm.
do that.
I know I know how you feel, but right now I'm like super interested in Amazon content because I'm learning OA. And the way I learned books was just by talking all the fucking time about books.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna do the same thing with OA.
yeah,
And so yeah,
yeah. No,
guys, be on the lookout for a lot of OA content coming soon. Let me know who you want me to bring on the show. I already have like 10 guys I want to bring on. So I'm gonna make a lot more relaxed, chilled content like this. Got a little bit inspired by Flips for Miles, where he just brings people on and talks. Maybe you could come on with Taylor one time and we could just all chat and just answer people's
yeah, that'd be
questions. But
cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll be here for the next 8 days, and this is really good co-working space. Like, I literally have my own
we
like room in here. Like, it's like a closed-off room, and then you can see like the co-working space back there. And then there's like a DJ that's setting up right now for like a concert on the rooftop patio, which is
nice.
cool.
Yeah, so Ben's living the life. I've met many people living the life of selling products on Amazon by doing online arbitrage. I know some powerhouse booksellers, but selling books is a lot different. To scale a big book business, a lot of times you have to be stationary. I've scaled mine in a unique way where I don't have to be stationary. My book business is still doing well, but um, at Miami 2022 this year, I just saw so many people selling millions on Amazon. And I'm like, if I want to like get to the next level, I need to start selling other products. And if I want to help people, like seeing you guys, like young kids fucking crushing it, I'm like, I think the most valuable thing I could have to offer people is to give them that gift that you guys have learned of doing online arbitrage. So that's why like I'm super inspired by it. And it's just really cool that anybody can do it. Like I've helped hundreds of people sell books, but if somebody comes to me and they're in the middle of Kansas in a small town, I can't really help them sell books. You come to me, you're from Chicago or California or New York, any big city, I can help you build a six-figure book business if you commit to it. But it's so fucking cool with online arbitrage. You can live wherever and build a pretty big business with healthy profit margins, 20, 30%. You know, that's
Yeah,
that's fucking amazing.
yeah. I've had a lot of people at the hostels like interested in it already too, and like from
Yeah,
other countries, and they definitely want to do it. The biggest thing is just like even people out of country can do it. They just need to set up a bank account and have somewhere to ship some of the ungating stuff. But after that, like they can do it anywhere in the world.
100%. All right, Ben, appreciate you coming on and we'll talk soon, man.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on.